Good morning and welcome to Nesha's Nuggets. This is nugget number 1. I have been doing these on Instagram, and so I said I was going to start just videoing them and dropping them on YouTube so that people can come back and listen to them as needed. It may happen, at the cool down portion of my run every day, or it may be sometimes I'll do it when I'm like in the house and actually look kind of decent and not beat up from a workout, but who knows. Anyway, today the nugget that I want to drop is about getting people to join in with you, or just stand for themselves as it relates to getting healthy. Now, what I will tell you is this: you cannot shame people or guilt people into getting healthy. That's just not the right approach. And what I want you to do is always think back to what it took for it to finally click in your mind, right? What did it finally take for you to say, hey, I want to do something about my health. I want to do something. I want to live longer. I want to be here for my kids. I'm going to start getting up and working on myself. What did it take for that to happen? 9 times out of 10, it wasn't somebody guilting you or shaming you into it, because at the end of the day, we do what we want to do. I don't care what people say. People do what they want to do. And it's the same thing with this. For instance, I've been doing this thing 8-9 years now, and I might have a couple of family members that have joined, but I don't guilt them into this lifestyle, because most of the reasoning that I do what I do is because of my family. So we have the same, family history. We have the same health issues, but I can't make them get up and work on themselves. What I can control is being the example, right? I'm not going to go around them and say, you shouldn't be eating that. You shouldn't be doing this. Look at yourself. Look at this. I'm not doing that, right? Because I don't think that's the correct approach. Because you want people to go into this thing and to be in this thing for ever, not for it to be just a moment, or for them to do it for you, because it won't last, right? We need them to find out about themselves, find reasons why they want to be healthy for themselves, not you pointing a finger at them and saying you're too big, or you're lazy, or you shouldn't be eating that. We can't guilt people and shame people into getting healthy. Be the example. Keep showing up in front of them and doing your workouts. You making good decisions. Providing them with information if they ask for it. And then give them the time to accept it. Even if you're living in a family and a household where you have a mate that isn't on board, just keep being the example. Keep being the example. I've seen where people have just kept being the example and their mates have joined them where they thought they never would. Or they support them in other ways. Be it providing you with time to do what you need to do. Or providing you with, clothes. That's called support. If they know that you have a goal that you're working towards. But guilting or shaming someone is not the right thing to do. And if you consider yourself a motivator, or you want someone to be inspired by what you're doing, always think about your approach, right? Just keep telling your story. Keep telling your story. It's going to inspire the right people. It's going to motivate the right people. And it's going to do it when they're ready. If you try to force these people to jump into this thing when they're really not ready and they're not ready to be committed to it, it won't last. It won't last. It'll be a yo-yo type of thing. In and out, in and out, in and out. You didn't get committed until you were really ready. You didn't stay dedicated until you were really ready. You didn't start making good food choices until you were really ready. So what's the difference? And providing that same space for someone else, right? They have to see it for themselves. They have to want it for themselves, because you can't do the work for them. So why guilt them or shame them into this lifestyle? So I said all that to say, if you're trying to inspire, if you're trying to motivate, just keep getting up and doing what you do. Keep being positive. Keep letting people know the good and the bad about your lifestyle. Encourage. But don't guilt. Don't shame people into this lifestyle. We got to love them into this lifestyle. We have to be the example. Be the example. Because at the end of the day, nothing works but work. And that's mentally, physically, spiritually. Nothing works but work. But we all got to want it for ourselves. That's Nesha Nugget number 1.